Hi, I'm here to tell you about Venture Island 2 and things you may not know about this game. So, let's retro on. So, Jason here, your host for the Retro On podcast, talking to you about my first playthrough I did on Adventure Island 2 and the things I have learned while doing so. First thing, before carrying on, I want you to, if you want to try Adventure Island 2, click on the link below to go to Retro Militia's subscribe page where you can find this game. So, why Adventure Island 2? Good question. Because I personally have never played this game as a kid, yet for some reason I was scrolling through my list of games and I saw this title, Adventure Island 2. I don't have the original, but I saw Adventure Island 2. So I was like, I thought to myself, this is such a simple game. It must be good. It didn't need a hook to try to lure you into loving this game. It was just a good game. That's what I was thinking. And like I said before, I love adventure games and RPG games. Before you shoot me, I come to a surprise that yes, this was a platform game. So, however, thankfully enough, when I opened this up, I was like, "Oh, the intro music was cool and everything," and then I found out when it was a platform game, I'm like, "Oh," but the graphics, the cartoonish graphics, were solid enough, and it had good gameplay. So, and then as I played, I found it fairly easy to learn, but was challenging enough to keep me interested. And I found myself here. Next thing you know, I'm bashing through the first island pretty quickly. So I either I'm looking at, well, this is pretty cool. So I found the first island pretty easy. Then I was playing. I found it got more difficult. So I think that the developers kind of made the first island an island just to kind of understand the gameplay, so you're not getting too frustrated to the point of you're rage quitting, you're throwing your console across the table and everything. It may be too early to say, but I think this game may be too easy for some serious gamers, or you might be that professional gamer. I don't know. Yet I enjoyed the game overall as it passed the time, and it just left a fun experience. So that was a good thing. So I want to know, what did you think? What do you think about this game? I want to know your fun experiences in the comments below. When you have played this, was it just yesterday or as a kid? Yeah, so let me know. Okay, Adventure Island 2 is a single-player, side-scrolling platform game, as I mentioned before. It was released by Nintendo and was produced by Hudson Software for the Nintendo Entertainment System back in February of 1991, and it was a little bit later for Famicom. It's pretty close to like the original Adventure Island 2 as I've been reading in the series. You might notice it also looks like Wonder Boy, which Wonder Boy is an arcade classic that was released back in 1986, which has fairly similar graphics, plot, and gameplay, which was actually released by Sega, which makes me kind of wonder why there was never a lawsuit on infringement rates. Interesting. Anyways, the plot was simple and typical for the era, as you play as Master Higgins, move across 8 different islands, trying to rescue your girlfriend, who has been kidnapped by some evil guy they call the Witch Doctor. While on your quest, you need to collect fruit and meat to keep your energy up. You also there are a few tools that you can use: the axe, stone axe, and you have dino friends that will help you along the way. You can obtain these tools and dino friends by collecting eggs throughout the levels. When you run on them, they'll hatch and then reveal whatever it is there. All right. Okay, Adventure Island 2 is a single-player, side-scrolling platform game, as I mentioned before. It was released by Nintendo and was produced by Hudson Software for the Nintendo Entertainment System back in February of 1991, and it was a little bit later for Famicom. It's pretty close to like the original Adventure Island 2 as I've been reading in the series. You might notice it also looks like Wonder Boy, which Wonder Boy is an arcade classic that was released back in 1986, which has fairly similar graphics, plot, and gameplay, which was actually released by Sega, which makes me kind of wonder why there was never a lawsuit on infringement rights. Interesting. But anyways. Okay, so here's a list of tips and tricks I learned while playing Adventure Island 2. The first is a simple tip. When you gain the stone axe, it's most effective if you fire it rapidly as possible. This will not only allow you to take out the bad guys that are in your way, but more importantly, it will help discover hidden eggs throughout the game. These hidden eggs will either reveal new hidden areas, warps, or various extra lives and stuff like that. So, it's also good if you collect these axes throughout Adventure Island 2, as it has an inventory structure in this game, and you start off with nothing in your inventory, and as you go, you will build up your inventory, which is actually fairly important because later in the later levels, things become less and less available. All right, so the next tip, excuse me, is when you're using like the flying dinosaur. If you're on low of energy, you could fly low and gather the fruit. All right, which is important. You need the energy to get it through the level, because you run out of energy, you're done. You lose life. So, and if you have, once you get a lot of energy, or if you have energy when you gain this dinosaur, you can fly over the level and bypass it. So it's a pretty good friend to have in your pocket. The swimming dinosaur is very good for the water level. He moves a lot faster than Master Higgins could do himself. However, like all these dinosaur characters, when you're riding them, be careful because it makes you a larger target, which is particularly hazardous in the water. So, because it's very hard to maneuver. So supposedly the very first cave in this game, once you go past around the fifth skull, jump around, you find a room, which there will be a bee. After that, you will get infinite lives. Every time you hit the game over screen, you will hold left and push start. It should allow you to continue with everything you had before. So we're gonna give it a try and see how it goes. Okay, so this is the fifth skull, or first, second, third, fourth. And this is the fifth. There. Alright. We'll see what happens. Welcome to my secret room. I will give you this item. And it's a bee. Bee saves lives. So here we go. So I'm going to pause this here for a sec. Okay, so what you just saw there was a retro achievement. If you're not tracking what retro achievements are already, retro achievements is it's off a website called RetroAchievements. Funny enough, if you hook it up to your RetroArch, your account, you can get retro achievements. These retro achievements are, it's kind of like what PS4 and Xbox has, or PS4 and Xbox One, or they allow you to collect these achievements. It's like bragging points. Okay, it allows you. It's a refresh of these old classics. So you have to do certain things to do it. So that was one of them. So I got the bee. So I'm gonna have to now purposely kill myself to see if I can get everything I had. So I don't have much here in inventory, so I'm gonna build up my inventory a little bit, and then once I'll have to get past this level and then add these to inventory, and then I'll kill myself. So we'll go from there. All right, so let's carry on. Oh Oh man, no pressure there, eh? Perfect. And it worked. So there you go. Once you, in that cave in the very first world, the first island, you go in the cave. After you get to the 5th skull, you jump around trying to get the secret egg. You get the secret egg, you will be taken to a secret room where they'll give you an egg and hatches, and there's a bee. Once you have obtained that bee, you will be able to do the infinite lives. So when it hits the game over, you'll hold left in the start, and then you will keep your inventory, which is a great little hint if you are on your console and you. Okay, so I talked about the level selection. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna demonstrate it now and show you that it works. So the sequence is when I'll reset here, is when Master Higgins. So when Master Higgins, he's sleeping under that palm tree. When the coconut hits him in the head, the sequence is right, left, A, B, and it will take you to the island selection menu. Right, left, A, B. There you go. So world selection. So I left off at Ice Island before. That's where we're going. And there you have it. So there you have it. My first playthrough of Adventure Island 2. I hope you enjoyed it. So please tell us what you think of the game, and tell us what your own experiences of it. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and to Retro Militia Plus. I am Jason, your host for the Retro On Podcast, and I hope to see you next time on my next video. But for now, Retro On.